You know, I got a couple things I want to talk about tonight, guys. You know, this world here that we live in, we've went through an unnaturally long period now of basically very calm in the whole world. This is not the norm for this planet. If we look back in history, like I've been places on Earth where there's geological formations and stuff like cliffs and stuff, and I've analyzed them, and you can see in the sediment layers the chaos that normally occurs. This is the norm on this planet, is chaos. And the thing is, we went through a long dull period here of a rather calm, period. It's not normal for our planet. Our planet is a chaotic planet. There's been extinctions all the way back through history, and geologically, extinctions. The extinction level events are called an ELE, an extinction level event. Primarily, one of the things that causes extinctions on our planet is rocks from space coming down. Giant rocks from space coming down and creating massive amounts of chaos in the world. We go through periods of global cooling and global warming that causes huge amounts of chaos. I got a couple things I want to point out tonight, problems that are developing. Number one, there's a volcano in the United States, huge volcano called Yellowstone National Park, and the ground's been rising there like since the 1920s. I believe it was dormant for thousands and gosh knows how long. A dormant volcano, but in the 1920s it actually, I believe, come active again, and it's been slowly gaining and getting stronger more and more all the time. This is leading to nothing less than the volcano going to blow. She's going to blow. I mean, it's simple. I mean, you don't have to be some sort of a rocket scientist to figure out that this thing is building up pressure. Now, how long is the big question mark in my mind is how long we got until she finally blows. Well, she's building up lava pool underneath her. NASA knows all about it, and they've come up with goofy plans like injecting water down in there to try to stop this thing. And these are plans of desperation. Nothing more, nothing less. But we might have 5 or 10 years left. Who knows? I don't know. Before Yellowstone finally blows its top. I suspect that we probably don't have 20 years left because of the geological activity that's occurring there right now, right? And I mean, it could blow tomorrow morning, you know? But if that's not all, we got some down in Antarctica. The ice is melting out from underneath a big giant ice sheet right now. And they're really concerned about this. They're really concerned big time because they say that the ocean could rise 65 centimeters. Now, that don't sound like much. It's what, 2 feet? 2 feet? It doesn't sound like a big deal, but you got to understand that an awful lot of our development in the world, our developed areas, things like coastal regions, we've always moved into the coastal regions, and the reason why is because seafood, you know, and also being close to everybody wants to be close to the ocean. They don't want to be inland too far. And so we've built up the coastal regions first, big cities in the coastal regions, not just in the United States, but other countries. Take a look at Venice. I mean, they're practically at sea level, from what I understand. There's an awful lot of cities on Earth, you know, that are like this. And so if you get a 65 centimeter, which is a little bit more than a half a meter, if the ocean rises. Now, they say this iceberg that's melting out from underneath, what's holding it up? They say it's all melted out from underneath it. That's what I read tonight. I guess it's just the ice itself is holding the ice up. It's like a cavern under there. It's ready to collapse into the ocean and raise the sea level. And they say the thing overall, the overall size of it, they say it's the size like Florida or something. It's huge, great big thing. They said that on the news article that the Empire State Building could fit inside this thing, it like upright underneath the ice where it's ready to fall. So I guess if it falls, it's going to fall the height of the Empire State Building down and splash into the ocean over a wide area and raise sea level. And so we got this going on. The scientists, I guess, are scared. They're really scared that this could cause relocation of mass amounts of people that live in coastal regions that are below that level of 65 centimeters above sea level. Of course, we know, now I could just name one city right now, New Orleans. Massive population in New Orleans. If the ocean rises 65 centimeters, I think an awful lot of their levees and stuff are going to be breached, aren't they? And then we got the situations with the financial system. I would call what's going on right now with the financial system of the world, I would call it the chaos before the storm. The calm before the storm, I should say. Because there's so many problems in the financial system. And I heard talk tonight that President Trump had said would preside over a bankruptcy of the United States. I don't buy that for a minute. I don't believe that there's going to be any bankruptcy of the United States. First off. And I'll tell you the reason why. They're not going to allow it to take that route. That would be the route that would be what should be done. That's what should be done, I think, my personal opinion, to cleanse the system of all of the debt and bring us back to a stable system again. It's bankrupted, and then start again. That's what should be done, but that's not what they're going to do. As long as they've got a printing press, as long as they're able to create money, they're going to create money. They're not going to allow this situation to proceed without creating money. As long as they got that tool to create money, that's what they're going to do. And you watch them. Now watch what happened with the Federal Reserve now. The Federal Reserve was coming in, and they were going to do this and do that. And when the market moved a little bit, what happened? They start backing off the pedal. Well, what do you think is going to happen if everything starts to collapse? Everything starts to come unhinged at the seams. If we have a hard Brexit on the 29th of March, right? If Italy bonds start to increase in price too high, you know, if China economy starts to roll over and everything, what do you think they're going to do? If they backed off the pedal, just the market's moving a little bit. The thing is we got to watch these situations very carefully. We got a lot of trouble in the world right now, and we're in a calm before the storm. I think it's going to be a financial storm first. I really don't think that these volcanoes probably won't pan out. And I don't think that the icebergs are going to collapse that quick. They probably just hang around there, you know. Or if it does collapse, it probably won't be as bad as they say. It probably won't be 65 centimeters. But it'd probably be more like 10 centimeters or something. But it still might cause problems. But I think the real problem, the real big problem, is the financial system. And I think when the trouble starts to hit, I think they're going to print like crazy. And what's that going to do to the price of gold and silver? You know? If they start printing like crazy. We already see a movement in the price of gold and silver. Just with this little thing of the Fed coming out and saying, oh, we're not going to raise interest rates. Boom, the price of silver and gold starts to go up. Okay? What do you think is going to happen if they have to knock interest rates down? Or if they have to go back to some form of quantitative easing and they have to stop their quantitative tightening program? It's going to explode in price. And that explosion in the price of gold and silver is also going to trigger, I think, the crypto markets to come back in again and start to take off. They've been going through a lull period for quite a long time now, a kind of a lazy, flat period where there's no wind in their sails, the cryptocurrencies. I think they're going to take off too. What's not going to take off if they start printing all this money out of nowhere is the U.S. dollar. The dollar is going to have a big problems. And so if you've got all your savings in U.S. dollars, you're going to have big problems coming up. Listen, thank you guys for listening. Like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next show, guys. I'll be back in my home studio pretty soon. Broadcasting on the road right now and out of a hotel room. What can you do? I mean, thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye, guys.